Ronnie already told me that I should have.
Raise your hand if you have a question.
Ronnie already told me I should have sat on the ball when Danny got sacked, so I got that one already.
Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Injuries. How are we looking on injuries?
We get healed up. You know, Clap was healed up. You're not the media. You sound like the media, man. I didn't do it. I think we're pretty good. Leonard's healthy. Toby Weatherby's getting healthy. We should be pretty good. All the little nicks and bruises should be ready to go with Saturday.
Like with pass interference call, if you think that they're just being too tight on the pass interference, or what's he probably a little bit over?
Yeah, you know, there was a couple of them. There was one or two that I thought were pass interference. The other one I thought shouldn't have been called. Honest. I'll let them know it. Yes, sir.
Coach, I was at the Missouri game. You can feel it, the confidence, coming back. The athletes at a new level, and all of the guys are finding out they're having fun again. And what does it feel like from your side? Do you feel that momentum building as the season goes on?
You can see it. You can see progress daily. I've been in other places where we've done this, and you can feel it. And I thought this was a pivotal game for us. I thought it was a game that they would really start believing in the things that we're doing. We changed the practice schedule. They believe in the plays that we're running, the things that we're telling them. We beat a drum on Friday, It's a little bit different, you know what I mean? But they believe in it. It's one heartbeat, one team, and they really say, you know what, this stuff is working, coach. And they see the reaction to practice really fast. No walking on the field. And go home. And go ones against twos. And we're very demanding. We only run 10 plays at a time, but that's what I learned coaching at the Saints. It's a very demanding 10 plays. It's exactness. And they're learning to do that. And so, yes, we start to see progress. We still have a ways to go, but it's fun to see.
What's your personal philosophy on how you manage a guy like Brandon Harris? He came into the season, the starter, a lot of hype, and now he's on the bench, watching the team, making
You're sure. Yeah, good point. First of all, it's about the team. It's not about any individual. Everybody has a role on the football team, and you're supposed to do that role for your fullest. Now, it's also about competition. Everything is always open, and if you beat the guy in front of you, you're gonna play. Now, if you don't perform well, somebody else is going into your position. So, not only Brandon Harris, everybody has to understand that nobody's out there just to play anytime that they want, not perform. So I think he understands that, but you bring up a very good point. From the last 3 weeks, he hasn't been a problem, and I don't expect it to be.
Coach, I know you looks like you're using the whole playbook now.
Yeah.
The blocking scheme seem to have changed. I see gold blocking now, I didn't see it before. How hard is it to implement that in the middle of the season?
It's tough. We have good coaches. Jeff Brown's an excellent offensive line coach. We really went in there and took our time. And we had to keep the same terminology. It's something that we didn't want to do, but we had to do. We had to say, okay, we want to run this play, but it's like this play that we have, let's run the play that we have. And then, this week we're going to be able to expound on some things. But again, it's not about what we know, as you guys know, it's what the kids can do and execute. I think the simpler, the better. I told our coaches, I said, listen, if it's hard, let's not do it. We're the LSU Titans. Let's put 11 on the field and fight like heck and see what happens. So it's kind of my philosophy.
What's the plan for Devon Gottschall this year?
Devon Gottschall has played his best ball. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. In fact, the last 3 weeks I mentioned that to him yesterday in the meeting. He's played his best ball. And guys, we have the best defensive line coach in the history of football, and Pete Jacobs coaching. So I'm very pleased to see Devon doing what he's doing.
Alabama's team looks a little bit different. The quarterback and the speed rushes they have on defense. How do you think y'all going to match up against a different looking Alabama team this year?
Yeah, I see what you said. We got a new quarterback. He's big. He can run the ball. The offensive line executes very well. I watched their games. It's not a complicated scheme. They come after you. You got to be physical up front. You got to be able to tackle. I think that we can do that. I don't think we can do that. I know we can. I know that our offense is going to have a great game plan against a very good defensive front seven. But, you know, Ole Miss put 43 on the 2, you know what I'm saying? So they're not invincible like you're saying. But there's no way we're going to use that as an example to take those guys for granted. This is going to be a war, but you know, I'm going to tell you, we're going to be ready. See you guys. Well done.
Thank you guys for having me today. I'm just inspired to see the coach right now. I got this is just one press conference. I want to go play football right now. You know, we're really excited to start the season tomorrow night. The guys have been really working hard. You know, last year the season didn't come out the way we wanted it to come out. And at the end of the season, we sat down with all our coaches and management staff, and we started putting together a plan. And when we're putting together that plan, we're thinking of you. We're thinking of the city of Orleans. We're thinking of when we put Orleans across our chest, and we have to represent you. We have to give you guys something that you're going to want to support. And I think you'll see that when you come watch this team. We're going to have a different look this year. You know, when we put this together, it was a collaborative group effort, but we want to get some really tough, gritty, hard-nosed guys that are going to come out and give everything they have every night. And you know, one of the things that Coach Gentry's been doing during our training camp this year is we made everything about competition. The majority of our practice is about competition, playing hard, playing grit, because we know that's what's going to take us over the top. And the NBA is very tough. And you know, we're in the Western Conference, and we're arguably in the toughest division in the NBA. But we know that we're going to have to give it that extra, give it that all, just to compete. And it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough battle, but we're going to need your help. We're going to need the people who want to come support us. But we also understand it's our responsibility to put a team out there you're going to want to support. And you know, I can just tell you this, that the guys are really working hard. They're excited to be out there. And for us, you know, it starts with Anthony Davis. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's really put the time in. You know, he ended the season last year with a knee injury. He was able to resume basketball activities in early August, late July, and he's really been working hard. It's been really fun just watching him grow as a player. You know, when he came to the team, you know, he was 215 pounds, now he's 250 pounds. You can put the time in the weight room, put the time in on the court, and you can see his energy and his effort. Unfortunately, during the preseason, you know, he got banged up and stepped on a player's foot when we took our trip to China. But, you know, he's back and ready to go.